Okay. Tell me that. Oh, we're live now. Yay. Okay. So we're live on YouTube as well. So if you have people who can't get into the Zoom for some reason, you could direct them over to my YouTube channel and they can watch over there. All right. So good to see you. Welcome. Let me introduce myself in case this is your first time coming to a class of mine. My name is Dr. Edie Wadsworth, and I am a physician, a life coach, a natural health guru, and I love helping women heal and to use their amazing gifts to serve the people in their lives. And this has been a huge part of my own story, a huge part of my own healing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. We're going to dive in pretty quickly into the amazing power of essential oils. I will be showing you our Young Living starter bundle and our diffuser, my favorite diffuser. And we have some really awesome ladies that are watching from all over and hosting classes of their own. So I just want to welcome you. I hope I get to meet some of you. We are going to take some time after the teaching part of the class to do a little Q&A. So most of the time when I'm teaching classes, it's not quite as interactive as this one will be. And so I wanted to save some time at the end so we can answer some of your questions, hopefully. So stay till the end if you want to ask your questions. You can actually, if you're watching on Zoom, you can, or even if you're watching on YouTube, you can put your questions in the queue. There's a Q&A box on Zoom, and there's just the comments on YouTube. So we will try to get to as many of those as we can. I do like to say kind of at the beginning that even though I'm a doctor, I'm not your doctor. So we don't answer like specific medical questions, but just some guidance in general for when you're learning how to use oils. I would love to know in the chat or comments, how many of you are kind of new to this, or you're like, well, I've heard about them, I've used them a little bit, but don't know that much about it. Just put a 1 in the chat if that's you. If you're kind of new, relatively new, maybe this is even your first time. I'm going into my 9th year, I think, using essential oils, and they have made a dramatic difference in my health and in my life. And I love talking about them. I just really never get tired of it, you guys. I counted one time, and this was like during COVID, and I don't know, I think I had taught over 400 classes, and I seriously still can't get enough. One of my favorite times of the month is when my wellness box from Young Living comes, and all of the supplements that I use, my amazing red drink that I drink, we'll talk about in a minute. And then, of course, all my oils, my cleaning products, my skincare, so many of just my monthly wellness products, my personal care products come from Young Living. And I got started in this journey because even though I am a traditional medical doctor, I had a health crash. And it was a huge part of the story of how I helped my body heal. So I can't wait to share it with you. Oh, hi, I see more names. Hi, Candace. Hi, Chantel. A group of us joining us from Argos, Indiana. Welcome, ladies. Kelly, where is your class at tonight? Are you at the Pig? Where are you? Kippen is here from Waxhaw, North Carolina, and Trisha from Cameron, Texas. Candace is in West Tennessee with Mary Beth and her crew. So I know we have a lots of friends here tonight, and we are so happy to be here with you. So let's dive right in. I want to share a little bit of my story to start with, and then we'll kind of transition into how I came to know about and love these products so much, and how they changed my own life. And then we'll kind of go into a little bit of a crash course for how to start using them. So when I would say I was around 43, I think it was, probably about 10 years ago, I had a pretty significant health crash. And because I'm in traditional medicine at that time, I didn't know about natural health. And so I went to the doctor and complained about a million things and got diagnosed with a million things. lab work, like the whole kit and caboodle. And after we got all the results and he told me all the bad news and just everything that was wrong with me, I was feeling so down and depressed. I had insomnia. My joints hurt so bad. I didn't have any energy. I just had a lot of things going on. And I came away from that appointment with lots of diagnosis and a pile of things that I was supposed to take that I decided not to, but I wanted to figure out how, like, is there another way? I wanted to figure out, is there a way to help my body heal? Because I had practiced medicine for a long time and I knew that when people are taking a lot of prescriptions, they tend to not be the healthiest people. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to start down this path. I'm so young. And so I started looking into ways to help my body heal. And about the same time, I had met a friend of mine that actually helped me decorate my house. By the way, my dear friend, Darlene, had started this natural health journey of her own with Young Living. And she's like, look, I don't know much about why this works or whatever, but she said, we have had such amazing results in just everyday things, just helping with stuff that our kids have going on and stuff that we have going on. It's just kind of become like a little bit of like a home, like a mom toolkit and like a doctor mom toolkit. And I was like, I don't know. It seems so weird. It just seemed so weird to me at the time that you could like rub an oil on somewhere and it would do something like that. Felt so foreign to me. But she also told me about this drink and she told me about the business opportunity. She's like, look, if it works for you, there's a business opportunity there. I'm like, well, what could it hurt? So I bought the bundle just like this, just like the one that we're going to show you tonight. I bought this and I hid it in my china cabinet because my husband is also a doctor. And I was so embarrassed to tell him that I bought a box of little tiny oils and that they were supposed to do stuff. I knew that he would be like, are you crazy? Like, have you officially lost it? So I hid it in the china cabinet. Every now and then I would bring him out, but it wasn't until I spent the weekend with Darlene and some friends. We were all blogging buddies and I spent the weekend with them. And you guys, these women, I wish I had a little bag around. They had their oils in pouches. So they had taken them out of the box and put them in these little cute little zip pouches. And everybody at this table had oils and they were having them out and they were rubbing them on and they were all cackling and talking and they seemed to be so happy and feeling so good. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? And it's funny because just hearing like each of their stories and, oh, this is my favorite one and this is what I use it for. And just hearing all their stories, I was just so inspired. So I came home and decided, it's time to really learn about this. Like, I don't need to be ashamed of it and be hiding it in my china cabinet. And this was back before, like this was 10 years ago, before you saw them everywhere in Walmart and Target and in gas stations. Like, what? So back then it still seemed kind of strange. And the other thing that I heard them all talk about was how amazing the red drink was, Ningxia Red. And so I just decided, like, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do a bunch of research. And what happened in my life over the next few months blew me away. I started to feel so much better. I just started to feel better in general. I started to sleep better. I started to have more energy. I felt less stressed. I felt this sense of like relief. When you're in kind of a bad way in your health and it feels so heavy and you're not even sure, you're like not even sure exactly what all's wrong with you, but you just don't feel yourself and you feel not very hopeful. Back then I was carrying some extra weight and again, just not sleeping good and so much joint pain and depression and anxiety, just so many things going on. And when I started to feel better and I knew that what I was doing is drinking this drink and diffusing some oils and using some oils on my skin, I was just blown away. And my husband, who again, also a physician, very science-minded, very skeptical, started to notice. Like he took notice. He's like, this is pretty amazing. Like you seem to really feel better. So he asked what I was doing. I couldn't get him to start on the oils right away. He still thought that was kind of weird, but he did start drinking the drink. And you guys, that was almost 9 years ago. We have not been without Ningxia Red in 9 years. We drink it every night for dinner. We don't miss. Sometimes for lunch. I usually do it twice a day. He usually does it once a day. It has made such a profound effect for both of us that we can't imagine ever going without it. It's funny because we keep a stockpile of it in our basement. And if Steve will go downstairs into the pantry, he'll look in there and go, I only see 2 boxes of Ningxia Red, which means that we have 8 bottles, and he starts to get nervous. So I'll tell you a little bit about that drink, but that drink made a huge difference for us right away. And again, just started doing the research and trying to figure out, like, why does this stuff work so well? And as both of us who were trained as physicians, we knew, like, both of us fully knew and believed that you could swallow a pill and that it would have some effect. I don't know why it seemed such a stretch that you could rub an oil on and it would have an effect, but it seemed like such a stretch. I'm like, this feels like magic. This feels crazy. And I had gotten my sister into doing oil. So by the way, if you decide to grab your starter kit tonight, make your sister do it with you or your mom do it with you. Make somebody do it with you so that you can share stories together. But I would call my sister and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I read on the internet that you could use this oil for this. And I did, and it worked. And we would both just be amazed. Sometimes that still happens, you guys. 9 years later, we call each other and go, you are not going to believe this. But lately, the kick that I've been on, we live on the lake, so we're always outside in the sun, and we don't love sunscreen. I know there's some natural sunscreens, but both of us are kind of like, we both know that you do need to get some sun on your skin for vitamin D. So neither one of us loves sunscreen. And my husband started taking frankincense internally. He would put it in a capsule and take it internally. Now, you shouldn't do that unless you have really good quality oils like what I'm going to tell you about today. But I started doing that, and I notice a difference already in my skin. I think I'm 2 weeks in, and I can tell a difference in my skin. I can tell a difference on my hands, the little age spots. And I just think that it is crazy to me how potent and powerful these products have been in our lives. Just countless story after story after story. And I will tell you this, that 9 years later, and I often say this when I'm teaching people about oils, especially if you've never heard of them before, I often compare oils to, it's like a bridge. It's like a bridge that helps you get to a place where then you can really start working on your health. Because before I had them, and before I had this experience of just starting to feel better and more hopeful and wanting to make change, I knew the changes I needed to make. I just didn't make them. Say yes in the chat if you know, like, yeah, there are some changes I need to make with my health, but you just keep not making them. And when I started on this journey, I was like, oh, I feel better enough to start doing it, to start actually doing the things that I need to change. So I always tell people, to me, it's like a bridge. It's like an easy button. Changing your lifestyle, eating better, exercising, reducing your stress, those all can feel like hard things to do. Grabbing a starter kit and drinking a drink and using a natural cleaning product and diffusing oils, not hard. So it's been kind of an easy button. That's been like a bridge for me to start making the changes I needed to make. And 9 years later, you guys, I feel like I am reverse aging. I started doing CrossFit. I got so much stronger. I lost a bunch of weight. You can look at pictures of me from 7 or 8 years ago, and I have so much inflammation in my body. You can see it in my eyes. And I feel like I really got my health back. It gave me, enough sense of like feeling better and feeling hopeful enough that I could start making changes. So I am just so excited when I get to share this journey with people who haven't done it yet. And my husband and I, and again, scientist, physician, biologist, he says all the time, why does everybody not use this? This stuff is amazing. I'm like, I know it is amazing. And, you know, today I don't have any of the things that they wrote down on my chart years ago. I've really been able to help my body heal. You guys, your body wants to heal. Believe me when I say this, your body wants to be energetic and healthy. And when you start giving it what it needs in order to do that, it's amazing what it can do. And I have watched my body heal over the past few years. It's been such an incredible journey. So I just want you to have an open mind, even if you're, naturally skeptical or naturally are like, what is this that people are talking about? I can tell you, in a family of 2 physicians, I've never been more passionate about anything. It's crazy to me how much this has helped me on my journey. Still to this day, the main products that I use for cleaning, we don't use candles. anymore. I have like 22 diffusers in my house that I start every day with all of my favorite oils. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite summer blends at the end of class. But it has just been an incredible journey. Now, what I learned when I was learning all about why they work and how they work so well, the stuff that I learned blew me away, because I thought, I've had a medical education. Like, I paid so much money, got amazing scholarships to get a medical education, and I never learned any of this. And the thing that I realized was that my medical education had been mostly an education in illness. And what we really need in our own lives is wellness. We need to learn how to be well. And that's what I started learning about when I started learning about natural health and supplementation, nutrition, exercise, essential oils, all of that. So a few things that I want to say as far as this journey. We are living in a time where we just have never been surrounded with more toxins. There's more toxins in our homes, in our bathrooms, under our kitchen sinks, in the air we breathe, the food we eat. There are just more toxins that we're exposed to than we ever have been exposed to in any other era of history. And because of that, we see rates of chronic illness going up, rates of cancer going up. Like, just the toxic load that most of us are exposed to in a day is reason enough to really start making some changes to get on a natural health journey. And I really do believe that that was the main cause of my health crash. I didn't know it at the time, but as I have learned about all the toxins that were introduced to our country in the 50s, and, you go to any, Walmart, Target, just shelves and shelves and shelves of chemicals that you can't pronounce. And I often say, if you can't pronounce it, your body can't process it. So we're just exposed to so much. And this journey of natural health for me has kind of felt like going back to 100 years ago when, people would eat food that they grew from animals that pastured around them, from food that they grew. They cleaned with products that were natural, just with vinegar or little, natural things that they would put together. When they were sick, what they had available to them was more natural. They weren't exposed to all the toxins that we're exposed to. So I often feel like the journey for me has kind of helped me turn the clock back to how people lived a long, long time ago. And if you ask yourself, are people healthier today than they were 100 years ago? For sure not. And I feel like what we're doing, those of us in this sort of natural health movement, is we're turning the clock back to a time when we were healthier. Now, modern medicine has made amazing advances, and I think that there are some parts of it that can be super helpful. But what I love this journey is for having something that you always can do for yourself. I think we have trained ourselves over the past few years that the doctor knows best. We're always running to the doctor, take my kids to the doctor, do this. And I just think that this journey has really empowered me that there are so many ways that we can help ourselves. Now, when we have to go, I'm glad they're there. When we need them, when there's an emergency, I'm glad that they're there. But as far as building a healthy life, really creating true vitality and wellness, you don't do that with prescription drugs and surgeries and most of what they have to offer. So it's really time for you to think about, how can I take responsibility for my own health? How can I take my health back? How can I find tools that I can use to help myself get healthy, to help myself feel better? I promise you this is true. It doesn't matter whatever else you have in the world, an amazing job, a beautiful home, amazing relationships. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And I was on a road to really bad health. I was on a road a few years ago to not taking care of myself and not taking care of my body. And again, I just look at the journey that I've been on, and it amazes me how much my body has been able to really create wellness and health, to really just, again, I feel like it's reverse aging, and I want that for you. So if you're new to this journey, the first thing that I'd like to say about essential oils themselves, they kind of get a bad rap from a lot of people, but they are amazing, powerful, God-made substances. So these are substances like volatile little oils, usually that you can smell. They usually have a signature smell, that are on plants trees, shrubs, flowers, the petal, the roots. You can extract them from various different parts of the plant. But if you carefully extract what's there, and you have to do this very carefully so that you don't add toxins into what you're trying to get out of nature. But if you know how to carefully grow them, carefully extract them, what you extract when you extract a pure essential oil is nothing short of magic, you guys. These molecules are amazing. They have so many qualities that other compounds don't. Anytime you have a living compound that God made, it has a living energy. And essential oils have this frequency or living energy that can be measured. Now, I will tell you this. I'm a life coach, so I teach a lot about mindset and emotional work. And the thoughts that you think are very powerful. And when you think a thought, your body makes a cocktail for you of emotions. And from that, that's how you experience your life every day. So you are directing your body for what emotions to create. And when your body creates emotions that are negative, emotions that wear us down, emotions like stress and frustration and overwhelm, those emotions have a very low vibration. Now, one of the ways that you can help your body to have a much higher frequency or a much higher vibration, which, by the way, is a sign of health and vitality. If I were to measure your vibration right now, your sort of electromagnetic vibration, if I were to measure that and you're really, really healthy right now, it would be high. If you have the flu and I measured that, it would be quite low. And just before you die, it's really, really low. So this measurement is really important. Now, things that affect that measurement are the thoughts that you think, generating the emotions that you generate. So that's really important. But one thing that I find fascinating is that essential oils just naturally have a high vibration, which explains why when you go outside, you spend a lot of time outside, you breathe the fresh air, you're around the plants and the trees and the shrubs and the flowers, you just feel better. There is something scientifically to that. So what I love to teach people how to do, first of all, get outside. The essential oils out there are all free. So get outside and enjoy the ones that are just naturally occurring. I'm looking right at a spruce tree, so you can go out and sniff your spruce tree and get the benefits of those oils, but also ditch a bunch of the toxins that are in your house with the room sprays and the candles and get some diffusers going and get those oils inside. So one of the reasons that I think I started just feeling better sooner is because I started diffusing just like clockwork all the time. It's the first thing I do when I go into my kitchen in the mornings. I turn my diffuser on and put those amazing oils in my diffuser. And those molecules have a high energy, a high vibration. And when you breathe them in, you just feel better. They raise your body's vibration, your body's electromagnetic reading. So this is really powerful. And you can do that by just smelling them right out of the bottle. You can do that by diffusing them. You can put them on your skin. You can take them internally. However you get them in, getting them in your system is so powerful. I was gonna grab one out here and show you. So I've just gotten in the habit of doing that very frequently. The other thing that makes them amazing, I think I'm gonna bring some Citrus Fresh here. The other way that they work that makes them so amazing is that they have such a small size that when you rub them on your skin or when you diffuse them and they go in and you breathe them in, they have such a small size that they're able to pass through the blood-brain barrier, which is why they have such a quick effect on emotions. This is why as soon as you breathe them in, you're like, oh, I feel better. It's like kind of like that effect of being outside and taking some good deep breaths outside. But they have such a small size that they're able to diffuse across the blood-brain barrier. They can get easily across your skin barrier into the cells of your body, even into the nucleus of your cells. So you can, here's an amazing thing to try. You can put peppermint oil, if it's true peppermint oil and it's a real oil. Now, most of the oils that you're exposed to are not real oils, but if you get something that's pure, like our oils, you put peppermint oil on the bottoms of your feet. You wait about, 5-10 seconds. A lot of people can end up tasting that in their mouth. So as soon as you put it on your skin, it diffuses everywhere. They have measured that within, 15 or 20 minutes, it's in every cell of your body. You can detect components of that essential oil in every cell of your body. So they're very powerful. And because of this high vibration, they're able to open your cell doors. So one of the things that's really amazing is that when you breathe them in, when you diffuse them, when you put them on your skin, they go into your body and they can open your cell doors. And I like to tell people that because of that vibration, it's kind of like having a key card to a hotel. You hold the key card up, it vibrates, the door opens. Essential oils work like that at a cellular level. And as those doors open, toxins can be released, a lot of the toxins that I mentioned that you're exposed to on a daily basis, and then oxygen can come in. So essential oils are adaptogenic molecules that can sort of act like other molecules because they can open all of these cell doors. That's the other reason why taking supplements that are infused with essential oils or drinking drinks that have essential oils in them are so powerful, because they can open the cell doors that the molecules that need to get in there can get in there. So they're really powerful. And I've really never seen anything like it. I just remember feeling so amazed and so impressed by how they worked in my body. And you kind of have to try it to know it. But I would love to know, if you're watching, I want you to tell me in the chat or tell me in the comments, what's one oil that you would say you noticed amazing benefits with right away? Because everybody has that one oil where you're like, oh, it was this oil. And the first time I tried it, it was so incredible and it was so amazing. Yes, you guys try the peppermint test. See if you can taste the peppermint. So for all of those reasons, they are amazing. The other thing that I'll say about them is that they don't have side effects. Well, they have side effects, but they're all good side effects. So if you're taking other kinds of molecules, they often have side effects. And the reason they have side effects is because they're big, bulky molecules. They bind into your body's receptors. And if your body has those receptors in your lungs, and then you have those receptors in your hip, and then you have those receptors somewhere else, they don't know the difference. The big, bulky molecules that we often, all the toxins that we're exposed to. Essential oils are so tiny. They're like little Ferraris in your system, and they don't clog up the receptor sites. They just open the cells, let the toxins come out, let the oxygen come in. And so you end up with a molecule that has this amazing power, but then doesn't have all the side effects of other things that we're used to. So if you've never tried them, I just can't wait to hear your experience with them, because they really are that powerful. We have story after story after story of things that have happened in my family. It's so awesome to have something. You wake up in the middle of the night, one of your kids has a tummy ache, or, somebody in your family has something going on. It's so nice to have something that you can use. And before we had modern medicine, this was our medicine. Before we had that, we had herbs and we had essential oils. And if you think about the power of an essential oil, if you think about something just like peppermint, one drop of peppermint oil is as potent as 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you're talking about molecules that are super potent, where you don't need very much, which makes them so economical for when you're using them for various things. And if you think about how herbs work, often you need a lot more of that to have the effect. You have this concentrated form of it in the essential oil, which is so potent and so powerful. So they really are insanely useful compounds. I carry them with me all the time. I use them for everything that you can imagine. I've used them to balance out my hormones. I've used them for my emotional health and wellness. That's one of my favorite things that they do. When you breathe an essential oil in, it goes straight away to the emotional center of your brain. So people who start using essential oils just naturally say, gosh, I just started feeling so much better. It's a natural stress relief. Essential oils, if you look at the research with essential oils and the molecule cortisol, the stress hormone, essential oils are one of the main things that can just help with stress you need to do other things to reduce your stress, but it's amazing to have something that you can just breathe in and it helps. And then, of course, for all the tummy issues and breathing issues, just so many amazing ways that they help. I just ran a half marathon a couple of weeks ago, and I had my essential oils with me in my little pouch. just so amazing to have something that's so useful, so tiny. They're in these tiny little bottles. You don't need much of it, but they're so, so powerful. And if you're thinking about, like how we use them, I mentioned this before, but you can breathe them in. Definitely get yourself some diffusers. You can create a spa-like environment. Like one of my favorite things to do is just create like a spa environment in my house. We had gone to church yesterday morning and I had my diffusers going, and on the way home, as soon as I walked in the door, one of the diffusers was still going. A couple of them were off, but my house smelled so amazing. Like it's so amazing to be able to do something that's good for your body, that smells amazing, that makes your house feel like a spa. I just don't know how people do it without these incredible oils. So if you haven't tried them just for that, they're amazing. The other thing that I think is so powerful is that you can make cleaning supplies with them. So cleaning products, we have an amazing Thieves Cleaner product, but even sometimes in my Thieves Cleaner, I'll add extra essential oils to that. So you've got this all natural cleaner that's super cheap to make. Our Thieves Cleaner bottle comes in like I don't know, is it a 20-ounce bottle? And you get like 28, you can use that concentrate and make like 28 spray bottles of cleaner. So you basically get 4 to 6 months of cleaner for $22, and you can clean everything with it. So replacing all those toxic cleaners and using something more natural. And then I've been able to do the same thing with my skincare and a lot of my soaps and natural products. And all of that combined effect, I call that like the compound effect. Those little changes that you make over time, your body can then learn how to breathe again. It can get rid of all those toxins. It can learn how to function again in the way that God intended. So really, I wanted to kind of go through some of the ones that you can get in the starter bundle. This is our favorite way to start, because if you looked at our website and see sort of all of the oils that we have available, it would be very overwhelming. So we usually recommend that you start with the premium starter bundle. So I'm going to go through some of the oils that are in here. You get a couple of packets of that drink that I mentioned, and then we'll actually get my diffuser going. Maybe I'll take requests in the chat for what should I put from the starter bundle in the diffuser. But I wanted to go over a couple of them. I mentioned peppermint before. I love peppermint oil. It's really good for breathing. I use it before I go to the gym every morning to just clear out my sinuses, to make me breathe better. Also really good for tummy issues and nausea. Like if you're taking a road trip, so good for that. Okay. Kelly votes Valor and lemon. That sounds amazing. And then lemon oil, of course. Lemon oil is an incredible oil. It smells so good, y'all. It's such a simple oil. I was putting lemon oil in my diffuser the other day, and I thought to myself, just to have lemon oil, how amazing. And it's one of those that we kind of take for granted. But I love putting a couple of extra drops of lemon oil in my Thieves Cleaner. Love it in the diffuser. All of the citrus oils are very good for mood, so improving your mood. So amazing. Lemon oil is really good for helping your lymph nodes drain. So I love putting it on my neck and throat if I'm having some issues. It's one of the ones that we use for seasonal issues. So this time of year, if you're still having a lot of pollen around, you can use lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and you can diffuse those, put those in a capsule, just put a drop of each of those, and, rub it on your neck, near your nose. So really good for that. And then Thieves Oil is the next one that I'm coming to here. Thieves Oil is our immune boosting oil. It's so good. This one, it's so funny because my daughter just called and said she had a really bad sore throat. And I'm like, oh, honey, you need to get your Thieves Oil and put Thieves Oil in your throat and kind of, you can then drink some water and slish it around, but it's so powerful, like so powerful, y'all. You can make a hot tea out of it, but I've used it for sore throat and it will take a sore throat away so fast. Also, this is what our cleaning products are made from. So the Thieves Oil is what our cleaning products are from. It's just a really powerful oil. Love having that one around. It's a hot oil. So I will say a word of caution when you're first learning to use oils. There are a couple of our oils that are hot oils. So if you put Thieves Oil in your mouth, you're going to feel it. Now it's not going to hurt you, but it's going to burn temporarily. And you're going to be like, oh, until you get used to it. I can put Thieves Oil in my mouth and it doesn't bother me anymore. But if you have an oil that's hot, you want to be careful with kids. So you could still use thieves oil on kids, but you might take a little bit of carrier oil, like coconut oil, and maybe 1 drop of thieves, and then rub some thieves on the bottom of their feet if they're kind of under the weather, and then put socks on them, and they'll never feel that it's hot from the bottom of their feet. But if you get it near their mouth or throat or near their eyes, it will definitely bother them. Oh, I love that, Candace. Stress Away and peppermint. I love that combo too. And then I showed you Citrus Fresh. We have a really powerful oil that doesn't smell very good in the kit. Most of them smell great, but we have Digize. Digize is amazing for digestion. So trust me when I say, if you're having any digestive issues, if you wake up in the middle of the night with a really sour tummy, or your kid wakes up and they've got tummy issues, you want to have this on hand. I love knowing that if something happens and it's not a time, it's a weekend or it's late at night or whatever, I love having something that I can use to help myself and to help my family. It's so awesome. And then there's an oil in the kit called Raven. Raven is a breathing oil. So this oil I love. There's a sister oil to Raven called RC. Is that my Tommy boy? Yes, it is. That Tom used a lot when he was little. He had really bad breathing and allergy issues. Hey, buddy. So he used RC, but there's one in the kit called Raven. And then of course, Kelly mentioned, these are hard to get out when you first, oh, I got it. Kelly mentioned Valor. So Valor is one of my favorite all-time oils. I don't know if you can see that. It's one of my favorite all-time oils, really good for emotional issues. It's my favorite perfume. So it smells amazing. And I'm going to try your Valor and Lemon, Kelly. What? No. You won't get it before we. Okay, so we're going to put Valor and Lemon in the. Oh, you're going to put it. Me. Valor and Lemon in the diffuser, even though we dropped it in. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. The other thing that we have. Okay. The other thing that we have in the starter kit is lavender. Lavender is like the Swiss Army knife of oils. So good for the skin, good for sleep, good for relaxation. Should you put a bunch of that in there, Bubby? All right, head on. Let's see what that smells like. Kelly said that was one of her favorites. Do you love it? He is not a counter of the drops. Oh, you don't love that? And then frankincense. Frankincense is really good. People call this like, liquid Xanax that's really good for relaxation. I will say that it's fantastic for relaxation because I've been taking it in a capsule internally for my skin and it's very relaxing. So if you've never tried frankincense in a capsule, so good. It's also really good for breathing. It's a very calming oil and just great straight on the skin if you want to put it straight on the skin, or you can take it internally. So that one is so good. That smells really good. I'm asking myself, have I ever put just lavender or just lemon and Valor together? It smells so good. Okay. And then Peace and Calming. This is a fan favorite of everybody who uses Young Living. This is my daughter, Katie's absolute favorite oil. She can't sleep without it. She loves this oil. Peace and Calming, such a great one. And then Stress Away comes in this kit as well. Stress Away is one of my favorite oils to put in the diffuser. So Kenna's upstairs. I'm going to try Stress Away and peppermint. Also in this kit, there's some Thieves hand sanitizer packets. There's some Thieves spray that you can use as sort of a sanitizing spray. And then 2 packets of Ningxia Red. So Ningxia Red is the super juice drink that I mentioned before. You guys, you've never tried anything like this. This drink is seriously amazing. I have been drinking it for about 9 years. It's one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory drinks. It is the most powerful anti-inflammatory food product that's known. It's so tasty. It's got different juices in it. It's got whole wolfberries in it, and then infused with essential oils. Way more powerful antioxidant power than even blueberries or anything that you can think of that's really high on the anti-inflammatory scale. Ningxia Red blows them all out of the water. It's such a powerful drink. I know we have tons of testimonials in our group of people who've gotten amazing results with Ningxia Red. So that kit you can pick your diffuser. This is the Desert Mist Diffuser. It's one of my favorites because you can change the little light settings on it. So it's got this candle flicker setting that I love, all these different color settings. And seriously, you can make your whole house just feel like a spa. So I highly recommend that you get started with oils. Just, message the person who invited you to the class and they can give you their link. The thing that's so amazing about our group is not just that, of course, you get these amazing products, you get access to these, this amazing drink and our supplements and all of that. We didn't even touch on supplements tonight. We have some of the best supplements in the world. As a physician, I used to never really recommend that people take supplements because the supplements that I had tried felt like wasting your money. And when I started using Young Living supplements, I'm like, these are supplements that work. You can tell they work. You can tell when you took them. So incredible. But I also want to say that the amazing thing about getting into our group is that you get access to all of our education. So we have been online teaching people how to use oils, how to use our supplements, how to help all of your different body systems, whatever it is that you're wanting to work on with your health. We've taught about it. So you get added to our education group on Facebook. You can sign up for our text education. You'll get access to all of my classes. So it's really an amazing group to join because not only do you get these incredible products, but you get help using them, someone to walk alongside you. My favorite thing to do is when you decide to start your journey with us is to have a friend join too. Call your mom, call your sister, call your BFF, get them with you because this is an affiliate type program. Your friends are all going to love it. And if you don't introduce them to it, somebody else is going to. So introduce them to it and you'll get an affiliate commission on that. You do have to go through an extra step. If you do decide you want to do that and you want to get paid, you do need to go through an extra step of becoming a brand partner. And I think it's like $14.99 to get that brand partner kit. It's not very much. And, you help 3 or 4 people get started and it pays for the kit that you bought. And then you can add them to our group too and help them start their journey. So it's such a fun thing to do with friends. I know lots of you are gathered tonight in each other's homes and you're at classes and you can testify that it's so fun to be able to do this with other people. So make sure that you invite your friends and family to do it. When I started this, I got all my people doing it. And it's just been such a fun journey. The other thing is like anywhere that I go, like all my friends, all my family, they've all got the stuff too. So I go into their house. If I need an oil, if I happen to forget something, they've got what I need. They've got Ningxia Red. I was just at my son's house a couple of weekends ago and they've got 2 or 3 bottles of Ningxia Red in their house. And so I can get the benefits of it because, you introduce your people to it. And then everybody that you know and love has all these products too. So I am going to open it up. I think, let me show you really quick though. We're going to open it up for questions. So if you do have any questions, just submit those either in the comments or in the chat. Candace, I'm going to try to bring you on. I know your group's got some questions. And then really quick, I was going to show you into our Facebook group so that you can kind of see what it's like in there when you get added to the group with all of our education and classes. And here we go. Hi. Okay. Candace is coming on. So this is what it looks like inside our Facebook group. Well, overview. Why is it not showing, girls? Oh, here we go. This is, we always have this welcome post here. You can find lots of our YouTube links to all of our classes. We also have specials every month. Let's see here. Do we have guides in here? I don't know why it's so weird today. Anybody know why it's showing the weird? Oh, there we go. There's a whole post on Ningxia Red. There's lots and lots of videos in here. Maybe that's something that I could show you. Let's see. Media, videos. Yeah. So lots and lots of teaching videos in here, not just by me, but a lot of them by me. So anything that you ever wanted to know about oils, we got you. All right. Oh, it won't allow your video? Let me see, Candace. Let me make you a host. Let me see if that will work. Make co-host. Let's see. Make co-host. There we go. All right.